Time again. Yep, men's locker room time. This is Wayne Hall from out here in Orlando, Florida, part of the Justice for My Jewel campaign. And you know how we do it in the locker room. We talk about women. Yeah, you guessed it right. Talk about women in the locker room. But this week is an amazing week because, guys, we have as our special guest a gentleman who is well known across the globe because this man has done some amazing things that have changed people's lives forever. He is an internationally known consultant. This gentleman has done some amazing things in his life that will leave a legacy for many, many years to come. And those legacies are not just for his family, but for us as well. Help me, ladies and gentlemen, bring to the show this evening the CEO of the Justice for My Jewel campaign, Mr. Crump. Mr. Crump, how you doing, sir?
I am wonderful, Mr. International. Wayne Hall, man, glad to be on the platform with you, brother. Thank you. You said a lot of wonderful things about us and the company, but I'm so thankful for you, man, because you really, really, really been a blessing, man, and you've helped us get to where we are so far. Definitely consulting with us, helping us take things to the next level, man. So I thank you and your beautiful wife, for that. And taking time out of your schedule to make sure that women all around the world are made aware of the challenges that affect our women and young girls globally, man. So thank you, Mr. International. I appreciate you, sir.
I appreciate you also, sir. Thank you so much. We know that you're pretty busy and you have taken the time to appear on the show this evening. And I want to ask you to start the show off. What made Justice for My Jewel the name of this campaign in your mind? And even before telling us that reason, why sanitary napkins? What put you in front of this kind of information that you would want to get involved with a taboo subject?
Well, first of all, in terms of sanitary napkins, man, ironically, in your home state of Florida is where I literally had a chance to see this for the first time. And when I got a chance to see it, Wayne, I looked at the demonstration and I was floored because personally, I always wanted to find, number one, a residual product. That's first and foremost. And when I saw this, I hadn't saw anything like it anywhere out there. So I was literally blown away by what I saw. And I knew it was a game changer for women. So for me personally, I said, I want to take this on. And I'm the type of guy that when I see something, I want to make a move. I want to take things to the next level. I want to make it happen. And when I saw this, I was literally blown away, Wayne. And I knew that it was a showtime in terms of how we would affect change in women globally. So when people say sanitary napkins, I saw a little more than sanitary napkins. I saw the health and well-being, and I also saw women being comfortable and dry. Now, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I know this is if a young girl or a female has the chance to be comfortable and dry versus, them being wet, moist, and, dealing with all types of challenges throughout the day, it's obvious what the choice would be. And I saw that we had the answer to that, which catapulted us to where we were. In terms of the name, Wayne, we went back and forth with the names. And one day, man, we'll tell you guys some of the names we were thinking about, funny, just different things we wanted to go with. But Jewel stuck. It was just like we couldn't get off of that one. And Jewel began to stuck. And then we started thinking about the campaign. How can we tie the campaign to the product? And then it was Justice for My Jewel. So then it was like, that's it, because we wanted to get justice for all the injustices that's being done to these females globally, because they're literally under attack. They're being attacked constantly, man. And I wanted to make sure that we take a stand and we'd be able to do something to be a loud voice for the silent suffering that females are dealing with globally. And man, we're making a very, very strong impact so far in terms of making sure that our females are protected.
We appreciate all that you have done to bring this to the fore. Because I'll tell you, Mr. Crump, that I've been married for 14 years,
Mm-hmm.
and until Jewel, I had to, deal with my wife having major challenges every month of
Mm-hmm.
her life that we were married at that time. Because, Mr. Crump, when that time came around, I wanted to take her to the hospital every month.
Wow.
She would hold on to my hand, begging me to help with the pain because
Mm-hmm.
she was curled up like a fetus,
Mm-hmm.
crying in bed. So when I say thank you for what you have done to change my whole life with my wife, I speak from the heart. And I know a lot of men who are watching this program are doing that too. Let
Absolutely.
me segue right into my next question. What's the vision of this Justice for My Jewel campaign?
Well, the vision, number one, is very, very aggressive, brother Wayne. It's a very, very aggressive vision, man. And most people, they're shocked when they realize and they find out our vision and how we plan on moving forward. Number one, man, you know, the thing for me was it was making sure that it was driven by passion and care for these women first. That's first and foremost to me. And I know to a lot of people that don't make sense. They don't they think it's a way of getting in the door, but we really want to make money. But no, that's really our heart, man. Because when I'm getting women, stopping me in the airport, people that see you, oh my goodness, the pads are amazing. Thank you for what you're doing for women's lives, man. That's priceless. That's priceless. I've had people tell me they've gotten their marriages back because the wife will literally bleed 20 days out of the month. She wasn't feeling good about herself. Her self-esteem was down, her confidence, all of these type of things, brother Wayne. And now to be able to know that you're helping in so many areas that you don't realize. So that right there within itself is a blessing. The vision of this campaign is, man, we definitely want to spread the awareness through education, obviously, but now through these 5K run walks. They're near and dear to my heart, man. They're important for our messaging, for people to see these guys are serious. They're not going to quit. They're not going to stop. It's not always for me. It's not about having this big crowd or anything like that. What's more important is that we have the gladiators with us. And those individuals that are just saying, look, I'm in, I believe, tell me what it takes, what needs to happen. That's what's exciting to me, Wayne. That's what's exciting, that we're able to rock and roll with these gladiators. But man, we have a 5-year goal of becoming a $1 billion a year entity. 1 billion per year. We want to be very impactful in terms of giving back, changing women's lives, to show them we mean business when we tell you we are with you. We're going to celebrate you. And we want to just do more than just educate, Wayne, and have a wonderful product. We want to make a financial impact because, people, say that people always want to pray for you and all of it. Well, a lot of times people need more than prayers. I need a breakthrough. I need a breakthrough, and I need a financial one. So we want to be able to be in a position, brother Wayne, to where we can literally put people in a situation to where we can pay homes off. We can cover your mortgage if you're ever faced with a situation to where now you're stricken because of a challenge or a sickness that has come upon you. And we want to be able to be there to make life easier for those individuals, and cutting the check and financially is one of the ways that we really want to go forward and looking forward to make it happen. So the goal is very aggressive. We have it set up in phases. For example, we had a 90-day goal, and that 90-day goal was to do 10,000 transactions in our first 90 days between our customers and distributors and ambassadors. Well, guess what? We've surpassed that. We have a 1-year goal. That 1-year goal is to cross the threshold of 3 million in revenue. Wayne, look like we're gonna crush that. Look like we're gonna crush that, man. And then when you start talking about an 18-month goal of having, getting our hands on 2 million of the young ladies out there between the ages of 12 and 17, that's where our fundraiser platform is kicking in. The fundraiser platform, now we're about to get into that arena. And I'll tell you this, for those that's listening, you better get excited about the fundraiser program, because we got some videos and some electronic things that's coming, man, that I've been having a chance to look at it. Wayne, people won't have to open their mouth. You won't have to say nothing contacting a church or organization, your fraternity, sorority. You will just have to send a video, literally, and the documents that people have now, all of it will be electronic. So that way now, literally, the organization will just have to send a link. The people can go to their link, see all the information, click, buy, purchase. Everything is electronically done. Man, we are behind the scenes working, brother, and we're doing some major things to make it happen. So the goal is aggressive. We going for it, Wayne, and we truly believe it's done, man. So we celebrate.
Well, I'm going to put you on the hot seat a little bit, because it's aggressive. We definitely understand, and you know that you and I have flown to countries where, you know, we believe in the campaign to a level in a previous endeavor where we were willing to make sure the women were getting the value of what we have through this campaign.
That's correct.
Are you looking? Because I get the questions. You call me Mr. International, so I get the questions all the time, including today when people learned that I was going to have you on the program. Is there any expansion plans for the international market where these women who are looking to have the same benefits as those in the U.S. are concerned?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're looking to definitely collaborate internationally. And it looks like the Caribbean is going to be one of the first places we're going to strike. You know, as I said before, I had a chance on last week to spend a few days in Trinidad. Really, 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 really progressive conversations. They've already sent back information for us to decipher through, to be able to make some moves. What we've been able to do, Wayne, is push things forward to where now it won't just be Trinidad, it'll be the entire Caribbean, Jamaica, it'll be, Tobago, it's going to be Venezuela, something, just everything in that area, man. We are looking to take charge. Bahamas, here we come. So we're looking to make some moves, but we're gonna strike hard, fast, and big. And I just want to say this, and I want to say this as a reminder for all those that's in that profit sharing pool. Get ready, because it's going to be some nice checks that's going to be cut, man, because of the way that we're going to do it. And the vision is going to be broad. And I want most of the people that's involved to begin to really, really think like business women and businessmen as we begin to move forward in terms of how we're going to make this happen. But absolutely, sir, the international platform is getting prepared to rock and roll, and we're going to make it happen.
All right. All right. That's great news. Now, before Jewel launched, I was privileged to be in a meeting with yourself and General Charles Watson in Orlando, where we were able, my wife and I were able to see beforehand what we call the wow factor. Okay. Now, this is so because everywhere that we go, sharing the information about this campaign with these Jewel pads, they're able to see something that's never been seen before in sanitary napkins. Let me leave the platform for you to tell us about why the Jewel sanitary napkins are so powerful, and tell us more about the word I'll throw out there called graphene, and segue, if you may, into the article that just was written by the Graphene Association, via that channel of what y'all did in Washington, D.C. I know I'm putting a lot at the same time, but tell us about graphene and this wow factor.
Well, graphene, when I first had a chance to get wind of it, it actually was just passively being shared to us in a conversation. And I'm the type, Wayne, I'm always listening, I'm always paying attention. And I was like, oh, stop, back up, because I don't ever want anything to pass me up. And I like being a stickler for details. So if you really wasn't paying attention it would have went over your head because you'd have been so focused on what you wanted that you were familiar with. So I was like, wait, come back. Graphene. And as I began to dig into it, my wife and I began to look into it and find out. And then what really, really put me at ease was when I discovered, when the two gentlemen who discovered it in 2004, they won the Nobel Prize in 2010. That was a deal sealer there. I was like, hold on, this is Nobel Prize winning material. That took all of the, how can I say it, the concern out of the material. Because one thing I know, I can't do as much extensive research as the Nobel Prize organization. I just can't. So for me, that put me at ease in terms of what we were going to be introducing to the world. And then when I started researching the benefits, you know, that it helps with dysmenorrhea, painful abdominal cramps. It's a 99.9% bacteria killer. It helps with the aroma. You know, it helps with the immune system. It helps balance the pH balance in the body. You know, it helps with metabolism. It helps move heat away from the core. And then when I discovered it has positive electrons and it contains vibrational energy. In other words, natural energy. See, the thing that concerns most people, Brother Wayne, especially when they're uneducated, this is key, when they're uneducated, is this fact, is the fact that when they see that light bulb light up, they automatically translate that to electricity. Because most people, and it'll shock me, it's harming, it's damaging. And look how your mind's been programmed, because now they think that any energy source, I want you to hear this, any energy source that is taking place like that is coming from electricity. Well, we have windmills, you have dams by the river, solar energy. All of these are energy sources. Well, so is graphene. It's a natural carbon-based energy source. And there's nothing wrong with that energy source. But once again, when people are uneducated, they're programmed. That's the way that they see it and envision it. But for us, man, we're so happy that we're introducing a game changer to the world, and we're taking things to the next level. And we're excited about it.
I've been hearing a lot of stories, as you mentioned earlier, talking about marriages getting back together.
Uh-huh.
And it's so powerful because I'm sure when this campaign started, you had no idea what you would be doing to so many lives
Uh-huh.
who are known to leave legacies. But did you ever see this campaign having this kind of impact on men and women, but especially men, as you have grown and traveled the countries via this campaign? Have you ever seen anything like that or expected that?
Well, what I can say is in terms of men, it's not shocking to me, because obviously with our previous experience, I've saw that, being honest with you, men take more to this than women. You know, it's just like you'll get men that will take to it before a lot of women, because, you know, men are protectors and providers. You know, we care for the women in our life, the young girls in our life, and we don't want to see anything happen to them. I mean, I just give you an example of my daughter on last night. She brought home one of her good friends' daughter. I mean, little baby. She was babysitting for the daughter, and I woke up, and, you know, obviously she came in late last night, and I didn't know the baby was here, but they came downstairs with the baby, and immediately, this was my very first time seeing this baby, Wayne, and the first thing I did was kissed her. I just went over to her. She was a little beautiful little girl, and I'm kissing her, hugging her as if I'm her father, as if I'm her grandfather. But the thing was, it's that natural reaction, especially to a young girl. That's my point I'm making. You have a protective, like, you know, I want to protect you. I want to help you. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to see nothing happen to you. And that's where it's coming from for me. And that's what's driving a lot of men. And it's heartbreaking when women beat us up for how can I say it? Feeling like, you know, you guys shouldn't be doing this. you guys shouldn't be making this happen. Well, go research some of the companies that have other products out there. A lot of those men are CEOs. And I don't know if you ever wrote a letter to them or sent an email to them complaining that they're putting female products in the market. So it's all these double standards that we face, Wayne, especially when it comes to women, when women need to understand, listen, we're here to protect. We're here because we're on your side. We're not against you. We're not trying to cause any friction. No, we're saying we understand now. We want to bring awareness because let the truth be told. Many of us as men, Brother Wayne, we were ignorant, man. We didn't know what these women were going through. I had no idea what my wife, my daughters were experiencing on a monthly basis until I was able to get educated. And once I got educated, game changer. Everything literally changed for my family and I in reference to that. And I can tell you, man, I've truly, truly been excited. I've never been passionate about a product like this in my life, man. Never. Literally, a lot of times when I'm talking about it, I got to stand up and, in meetings, I got to stand up and begin to explain and talk and do these different things because for me, man, I'm very, very passionate about making sure that these young girls and these women globally are being protected. And I want to make sure that we're the voice of that.
Amen to that. You are pretty strong about unity. You're pretty strong about loyalty.
Absolutely.
There's a culture, the jewel culture, I call it, where you try to bring together certain times of the year people in one environment. For example, coming up in October, there'll be this event going on in New Orleans.
Yes, sir.
What do you see happening from these events now and in the future as the information begins to spread about jewel across the world? What's your plan? What's your idea on how big this can grow, and what's the purpose of it?
Well, one key thing, Mr. International, that everyone needs to know, man, is the fact that it's one simple principle. First things first, events build belief. That's something people don't understand. And people may think that this guy over promotes. Every time we get on a call, he's promoting. Every time we do an event, he's promoting. Absolutely correct. Because they don't understand. I've known that a big part of the success that I've been able to have in my career, Brother Wayne, was the fact that I was always a better promoter than the average person, because I knew if I got a person in the environment of success, their belief would go through the roof. Because let's be honest, most people think that the opportunity is based upon what they see in your living room. Because they'll see a little small meeting in their community and it's 5 people there and they'll think, oh, wow, this is a nice little cute thing we're doing right here in our home city. They're unaware that there are people from all over the country. Literally people coming from the Caribbean that's going to be in attendance at New Orleans. And when they get there, they see hundreds of people and believing and understanding the vision. What it does is it does something special for them. So literally, when you're not promoting it aggressively to the people that's working with you, as a leader, you're doing them an injustice. Because see, you believe, but what about the new person that's coming along with you? That's why it has to be promoted the way it has to, because we also want them to buy into the culture. See, Wayne, you have to understand something, man. When people lock into the culture, they don't go anywhere, because now their belief is through the roof, because now the culture, they're attached. Wayne, what that's doing is that's cementing your income. Because now, wow, this is a culture of fun. We have a great time. So here's what I'm trying to share with you. So now, no matter what somebody else try to come talk to you about with a pad, it will never be able to penetrate the culture that you have been able to create, the family bond, the unity. That's important. And then, another thing before I even get to unity, to my last piece, is this. What people need to understand about events is Wayne, is I've always believed it could happen for me, Wayne. I've always, when I went to an event, I looked at the biggest guy in the company and I say to myself, I could have what he had. Number one, I'm willing to do the work for it. I'm willing to make it happen. I'm willing to do what it takes. And it gave me something to see. That's number one, because then there are people like me that's out there. There are people that's in the same situation that I am that want to grow. And now you're able to identify with somebody that did it from your perspective. Number two, the reason why people don't receive when they come to events, Mr. International, is the fact that, once again, you ready for this? Jealousy and envy. So when you're seeing other people celebrate it, instead of you looking at that and saying, okay, this will never happen to me again. For example, you know, when you see all the new diamonds, all the diamonds going to the diamond dinner, getting in the limo on the limo bus, and all of this, and people out there Facebook Live and everything. And instead of you being mad and, and jealous and envious of those individuals, you should be celebrating, because it should be like, my time will be next. I would be the main one there with my camera so I can have something to remember to look at whenever I'm not working like I should. This is a reminder. See, these are the type of things I used to do, Wayne. And I'm saying to myself, I'll never not be at that dinner. I'll never not be in this meeting that I didn't qualify to attend. That doesn't happen to me, because I feel like I'm the best of the best and I need to be with the best are. So if this is a meeting that the best is going into and it's going to be private just for them, I need to be there. I want to be there. But until a person develops that type of mindset, it's going to be challenging for them. And the events help cultivate that for you. But then, Wayne, when we start talking about unity, man, I'm big on that, man. I don't understand when there is separation. I just don't. I never did. And people can't say, well, Damon, you're starting that now. You're saying that because you want to make money. No, I posted it. Go look in the 6-star group. Go through all the posts, and you'll see that tough T-shirt, that TUF, the Unified Front, different team, same dream. That was an organization I started, Wayne, when I first came into the industry. That T-shirt is probably 10 years old. That T-shirt that was posted. And the reason why people don't understand how important unity is, because there's something special that happens when you're unified, you're on one accord. I don't understand when everybody don't edify one another. I don't care what organization you're in, your team you're in, because here's the thing I was taught, and I learned this a long time ago. If you want to be rich, build your team. If you want to get wealthy, build your company. See, many people never discover that. And this to be honest with you, this is a spiritual based principle, Wayne. I'm gonna validate it for you. I want you to think about this, because I know you're a powerful man of faith, awesome man of God. I want you to think about it, even in the book of Acts, when the disciples, it talks about it in Acts chapter 2 and Acts chapter 4. It talked about how they all went out and sold everything that they had. Everybody, right? The rich, whatever the poor had, whatever they did, right? They collected everything they sold. They laid it at the apostles' feet, and the apostles evenly divided so everybody would have the same. Now watch this. That's why to this day, I believe the miracles that took place at that time took place because they were on one accord. They were of one mind. They were of one heart. They were of one spirit. When division creeps in, you're never as powerful as you can actually be, because guess what? I don't want to edify him. He's not on my team. I don't want to edify her. She can't get on my call. She can't do this. Why? We're in this together. We're not fighting one another. We're on the same exact team. You're my profit partner. So Wayne, when you're going diamond, I'm in my house celebrating like it's me, because guess what you've just done? You've contributed to the bottom line, pushed us closer to that $1 billion in revenue that my family will get a chance to benefit from your efforts. So when I'm speaking unity, I'm not just speaking it as a cliche. I'm speaking it out of reason and saying, wake up, guys. We are one. The Maze song can't ring any louder. We are one. And that's why we should be on the page that we're on, man, because that's what's going to catapult us and take us to the next level. Unity, Brother Wayne. Unity.
Amen. Amen to that. I remembered some things you said earlier at the top of this program, and you mentioned being able to help, people in need, because it's something I've been saying for a long time. The Bible clearly says money answereth all things. I had to have a conversation with a pastor who told me that was not in the Bible, and I had to show it to him.
Oh, wow.
And he said, well, I need to check this out and see what it means, because, he's trying to make, excuses as to, in not knowing that it was there. But here's my reasoning along the lines of what you've been saying on this program. It's good to go out and pray for people. It's good to, tell them God loves them. But they're hungry. And at the moment they're hungry, a prayer is not helping them. They need some food.
Absolutely.
Sometimes they're going to need some money.
Yeah.
There's sometimes they're going to need a roof over their heads. There are many people watching this program. We've been getting some rave reviews recently, and now you're going to be talking to a lot of these people. Expound a little bit more on, I remember I was at an event and you were speaking about a situation where you saw a young lady who got up early with her children to make an interview. She didn't make excuses, and that was someone that touched your heart, that you wish you had the ability to say, this house is yours, free. Talk to us about where you're going with the impact of this Justice for My Jewel campaign as it regards helping the wider society at large.
Well, you nailed it, man. How you going to do any of this without resources? And, there was a saying I heard a long time ago: salvation is free, but ministry costs. So how you going to move the change? You don't have no money. And I'm been the type like this, Wayne. I don't want to be the guy where you're always begging, always got to beg people for, oh, give me funds for this. Can you give us funds for this? That's why when people ask about our Justice for My Jewel Foundation, I say this is going to be privately funded. Meaning that if you want to stroke a check, you can. We're not going to turn it away, but we won't be knocking on people's doors. We won't be doing fish fries. We won't be doing car washes. And I'm not trying to belittle any of that, but I'm saying that's what prevents that. When you can stroke a check to where now the problem is solved. But you can't do that without resources. So for me, that's very, very important. And that's the impact that I want to make on families' lives. If that young girl that I saw with her kids, man, she's working at Burger King. She's got her uniform on, Brother Wayne. She's got 2 kids with her. One she's holding, one she's got by her hand. She's by herself, getting up early in the morning. I don't know where she's got to bring her kids to get to work. And I'm just saying to myself, man, I would want to make an impact on her lady's life, man. I would want to see things be easier for her, to be able to say, listen, you're not just a mother sitting at home, want somebody to do something for you. You don't want to do anything. No, you're making an effort. So guess what? Here's what we want to do to show you. Let's make life easier for you. So now you got a house that's paid for, insurance paid up for a year. Your utilities are paid for a year. So now whatever you begin to do now, this house is yours forever. All you have to do is take your money and save it and take things to the next level for your family. That young lady is sick or challenged, Brother Wayne, and she's got breast cancer or she's got an issue. We can step in. Let's cover her medical bills. Hey, no problem. You can't afford to help send your daughter to college or your son. Let us be able to do that. So that way that child doesn't have the burden of having student loans on their credits and follow them pretty much all their life. These are the type of impact we want to make, but it's going to take resources. So a lot of the revenue and profits, and once again, even coming out of our share, the Crumps, guess what we're going to do, man? Shift it. We're going to shift it to be able to make sure that the Justice for My Jewel campaign has a war chest so we can reward those individuals out there, Wayne, that need more than prayer. You know, prayer is awesome. But guess what? A lot of times God has placed you in positions for that person you're going to pray for you to be a blessing to them. So you will hold hands and rub them down with oil and all these different things. Well, no, why don't you sow into their life? Because you have it to do, you know? So be a blessing to them because you know what they actually need financially. And these are just some of the things that we want to begin to do on our journey, man.
Amen. Now, I've seen you do some things that have been mind blowing to me. You know, I admire a lot of successful people, but success is measured along different channels and different variations for different people. I've watched you go to events across the country. I've watched you jump on planes to go to meetings across the world. But I remember about a month ago or so, you had serious back pains and you still got up and traveled to do events to bring this campaign to the women of this country. You don't make excuses. You consistently get in your vehicle and drive hours at a time to turn up to help bring the awareness to these women. Talk to these women as an African American man building a brand that you're doing from the heart, as I know you are. And what do we need from them as we make the sacrifice, as you make the sacrifice to take the information to change their lives? What do you want to tell these women?
I want to honestly say this, Wayne, that number one, the reason why I just don't believe in or accept excuses because I don't give none. I don't make excuses. Like, for example, you guys don't want to hear, oh, we ran out of product. We ain't got no more product. Oh, I'm sorry, your check is late. You don't want to hear that, Wayne. You don't want no excuses. So my goal and my job is to, hey guys, let's make sure we always doing everything we can, how we can. You know, just like you said, many days and times in pain, tired. You know, it's like every day you got something to do. Even today, doing this. Sunday I thought it'd be a free day. No, you got to take care of this, and then tomorrow it's back to work. It's always something in front of you. But the thing is, I don't like excuses. I don't like when my family give them to me. I don't like when the staff give them to me. I don't like when distributors give them to me. Because you mean to tell me you're a distributor and you got what, 50 people in your organization, you know, and you could give me an excuse on why something can't be done. And you know, we dealing with thousands of, you know, distributors now. And now you're talking about thousands of customers we're dealing with, along with running a company, still doing 3-ways, still doing conference calls, still doing live interviews, webinars, different things. Where your excuse coming at? I can't accept it. I can't, buy into it, and I'll never make you feel comfortable giving me an excuse. That's why I don't even understand when people tell me I can't make it to an event. I'm not buying that excuse, because you can do whatever it is you want to, because since the time these tickets went on sale in June to now, I guarantee you did something that cost you between $100 and $200 that didn't bring you any value or benefit. See, it's all determined on how much cost is an issue in the absence of value. How valuable is this to you? How much does this mean to you? I mean, literally, you had enough time. You knew about this months ago, Wayne, to where you was able to put $25 a week on the side. You know, $30 a month, $50 a month, whatever. In other words, it's how hungry are you? And for me, Wayne, when I'm hungry and I want to get something done, I'm not going to stop until it happens. Because see, my mindset works like this, man. This is literally how my mind works. I'm always working, Wayne, as if nobody else is working. Always. That's my thought process. I never sit around and say to myself, well, You know, the general, Charles Watson, is out there doing an event. Keith Evans is doing something. Letigia is somewhere, and you know, and Arlene is making something happen. I never think like that, Wayne. I'm always thinking nobody's doing nothing. So it keeps me in the engaged mode of moving forward to make this thing happen. For women, to answer the second part of your question, it really breaks my heart that more women haven't taken the forefront. You got a men's locker room call that you guys are doing. I'm wondering what's going on, what the women have happening. I'm not saying nothing's happening, but I'm women, what's at the forefront? What are you guys doing? I mean, I'm looking at the leadership in the company. You know, these men are dominating. I gotta say, look, I gotta be honest, Wayne. The women came back this last week because we had 4 diamonds that broke, and it was 4, you know, women led. 2 of them were couples, but it was a lot of women. So the women are making, you know, making a strong showing. But my thing is, ladies, this should be y'all wheelhouse. You know, when I get women that call me asking me how I should present the product, are you kidding me? My presentation should be able to compare to your experience. Your experience is more than enough. You could talk about this product in ways that I only could dream of. You know what I'm saying? I can only imagine. So it blows my mind when these women are continuing to take a back seat, when I'm praying and I'm saying, where is that woman that's going to take the bull by the horn and take this thing to the next level? Because that's literally what we're going to need to go where we want to go. It's going to take a lady to lead us, Wayne. And that's why for me, man, I sit back and I smile, and I'm going to continue going until we identify that woman who's going to say, you know what? I got this, and I'm going to make this thing happen.
We meet a lot of women, Mr. Crump, that are quick to tell us sometimes, why is a man telling me about my problem? Oh, and then you meet the other set that says, oh, thank God I only use tampons. Or another set that says, thank God I'm past that stage. Talk to us about those 3 types of women.
well, first of all, man, you know, once again, they underestimate our passion and our vision. Well, let's be fair to these women in this from this perspective. Many of those women, men have treated them bad during that time of month. Let's be honest. When women were on their cycles, you know, young daughters, you know, we didn't understand the emotional nature they was going through. We thinking they're grumpy, they're grouchy. Oh, okay, oh, you're on your cycle, you know, okay. And we're kind of brushing them off. We didn't realize what their body was going through. So some women, in being totally honest with you, I know they probably have some resentment towards men because of the way that they were treated during that time of month. Because even remember, in some places still in the world, women are basically put out of society when they're on their cycles until their cycle is finished. So they have literally been insulted. So I got to be fair. When I'm making an assessment, it's got to be fair. But some of them also have to realize we're an ally for you. We're not here to hurt you. In terms of women with tampons, we're not going to get everybody. We can't get everybody to understand, you know, guess what, man? Smoking is bad for your health. They're going to be people that are going to smoke till they die. You know, I'll get people that'll tell me you got to die from something and continue to puff that cigarette. So that's going to be their demeanor. Because I always say our product is not for every woman. I used to say that. Our product is for the health conscious woman. That's who our product is for. The woman that's concerned about her well-being, the woman that it matters, you know, that she's healthy and she has a fulfilled lifestyle. That matters. So for those type of women, those are the ones that I really focus on. And for those, you know, I use tampons or whatever. Continue on your journey. I'm not going to get in a debate. Just prayerfully, nothing's happened to you long term to where now you're dealing with issues that could have been avoided if you only knew what you were facing and what your body was up against. So these are some of the things that I take in reference to women. And as far as them attacking us or not thinking that we should be a part of this. They need to understand, Brother Wayne, that we're allied and they need to be educated because we're here to help. Because if something has happened to you damaging, what we're saying, please have enough love for the generation and the young women coming behind you so they don't face some of the same situations that you've been plagued with.
What is one of the most amazing story that stands out in your mind as you've been on this journey of a woman who have used the jewel product and you've heard that story, that testimony come back to you? It blew your mind. What's one of those testimonies that stuck out?
Well, it's actually two. The first one is actually from a man. The most powerful one is from Pastor Taylor out of Shreveport. That's still my number one to this day. And it's because I never ever saw such an emotional and impactful effect in other words, he epitomized the love that a man has for the women in their lives. And Pastor Lewis Taylor, I'll never forget, I was in Shreveport at an event, and this man got up and gave a testimony. And when he gave his testimony, man, tears flowing down his eyes because he shared how his granddaughter was no longer in pain. His granddaughter used to be balled up and, in the fetal position. He had to hold her, take care of her. Then there was nothing he was able to do for her. For me, man, that was mind blowing, because I'm saying, wow, look at this man and look at the impact this product has made on a man. And then I don't want to call the young lady's name, but it was in Greensboro, North Carolina. And I know if she's looking at it right now, she may think I forgot about this. And she gave a testimony about her and her husband being able to engage in their lives again because of the issues she was dealing with on a monthly basis, bleeding so much, wasn't feeling sexy anymore, or anything like that. And now when she was able to begin to use our product, she wasn't bleeding as much, and it gave her life back in that area. So where now their marriage has been sparked. Watch this, Brother Wayne, all because of a pad.
Wow.
All because of a pad, a design of a pad. You've literally helped somebody restore their marriage. Man, that was moving to me, man, because these are things that's important to people, and to be able to have that taking place in their lives again, I was glad that we was able to be a part of it.
That's powerful. That's powerful. As we begin to wrap up, you have named the campaign for this movement, Justice for My Jewel, and we have a jfmj.org website. What can you tell people about the campaign itself in terms of what it's trying to do informationally and how it's trying to move women forward, especially from the standpoint of knowledge. And, a lot of campaigns are out there, Brother Crump, but they have no solutions. Okay. We have a campaign and we have a solution. Tell us about the jfmj.org.
Well, one of the things I want to say in reference to that, man, is that we want individuals to really know and understand that the educational platform is a very big piece because, once again, education, a lot of times it illuminates the mind, because when people are in darkness or people are unaware of what they may be dealing with or facing, the educational piece kicks in and it helps them out. It helps them, okay, now I see what he's saying. I understand what's going on. That's important. People really, really need to get that part. People really, really need to understand, man. And for me, that's big for me, man. I want these young ladies to know, and these women around the world, listen, you have some men that's willing to be a voice for you guys. Work with us. Help us. That's why it's important for these 5Ks. You should never miss a 5K run walk. One that's on, it's because why? It's sewing into the mission. It's sewing into the vision of these guys are doing this to bring awareness. They want people to be aware that women are being challenged. And I want to share this with these ladies that they have to understand. Y'all need to know that as men, we're being ridiculed. You know, there are a lot of people that's laughing at us. They got a lot of men that laugh at us. Oh, pads, these dudes doing pads. Ha, ha, ha. They think it's a joke because they don't understand the seriousness of what you all deal with. So now to have that platform to say, listen, let's educate everyone. Come on, guys, come on out. This is a time for the educational platform to be revealed. We need your participation in getting that word out to us so that education and awareness is going to be a very, very big piece. Brother Wayne, is going to be a big piece of the fundraisers. And I tell people all the time, this is your entry. This is your gateway into doors that can open up when you have the opportunity to, get someone some information. You should always start with the campaign. The campaign is where everything begins for me as I begin to move forward. It's very important that they understand what the campaign is all about, and that opened doors for everything else.
That's right. We're about to close, but I want you to share from your heart anything that you did not get a chance to expound on during, our show today. Uh, Anything that you want to say to the people out there that's burdening on your heart?
Yeah, man, I just want to say, I think the gladiators, man, and that's what I'm beginning to call them, gladiators, man. Those people who just got undying, wavering faith, towards this campaign and this mission. It's bigger than money. For me, Wayne, that's what it really is, man. It's much more than money, because if you guys see the type of work and what we have to do and the salary that we make, you would say, well, he's living what he trained, because it's so much bigger on what I see. Now I see the potential of where we can go, but I want to really salute those gladiators out there, those people who have just been in the fold. They love this mission, they love this campaign, and they refuse to die, they refuse to go away, and they're going to make sure that we're heard. And for those people, man, you got to continue to love on them, celebrate them. And I love the fact that they're a part of the culture. Actually, they make up the culture. They make up our culture that we currently have. And I want to give just a big shout out, man, to all the brand new diamonds. I got to be honest with you, man. They've shocked the world, because, usually on a launch, that's where all the excitement is at. And you never ever see anything else like this again, because the launch is over. But these people are moving forward. We got literally people that's still in the hunt right now that will be going to the wire for this month to end, that's still looking to make some serious rank advancements. And we're behind them. We're rooting for them. We got a brand new champion on the horizon. I mean, Miss Latigia Stanton, she is out there, brother. She is close, Wayne. She's in striking distance on becoming a brand new champion. So we're rooting for her. We know we got individuals out there that's on that diamond run. Tierra Moore, we know she's getting close to diamond, and we're believing with her. So, man, we're just really celebrating a lot of this. We're excited. We're happy. And my thing that I can say to you, Brother Wayne, is that we're going to continue to be a voice. And I thank the gladiators for participating with us. And thank you, man, for having me on you guys' amazing platform that you have developed, and you're faithfully here every Sunday at 5 p.m.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from the CEO of the Justice for My Jewel campaign. Took the time out from his family, from his busy schedule to be with us. You heard every question answered that you possibly could ask, and some that you wanted us to ask. We appreciate all of you tuning in. Share this program, share this particular program with everyone you know, because at the end of the day, we're about changing women's lives. Mr. Crump, God bless you. Have an amazing week. We will be continuing in our prayers for you, sir, as you continue to take this campaign across the globe. Bless you, my brother. Take care.
Okay, sir. Take care. All righty.